All right, so we've been here at Bonneville all weekend. We've been fortunate enough to hang out with a really, really cool race team here. And who I got here now is Aaron Brown. He is the owner and driver of this car. And first thing I wanted to ask him, I wanted him to talk about his run today because he was supposed to be doing a time run so that he could license to be allowed to run this speed that he wanted. So tell us about it. How fast were you supposed to run today?
Well, they said go around 200. We went 207. That's around.
Right.
That's around.
Right.
I mean, so technically, I mean, is 193 around or 207? What's the difference?
All right. So, Aaron, how did you get into the racing business? What got you into it? How did you work your way up to being at this level?
That's a good question. I guess the short answer is I had to go to the Navy. It was either the Navy or jail. I was lucky my dad knew the judge.
That sounds like a familiar story to
Right.
me.
Yeah. It was military or jail. So.
I think I had that.
And then when I got out of the military, come home, and I got in trouble exactly 12 hours after I got home, after 4 years, doing really well. And my dad, he took and said, hey, this ain't gonna work. We're not going back to where we were, you know. So I was 22, 3 years old, and Dad said, here's an Auto Week magazine, here's $1,000 in cash, take the farm truck, and you're going to North Carolina. I said, for what? Well, they got this NASCAR stuff down there. I think you'll like that. And that was it. And that was at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was half hungover. I had a suitcase and a little toolbox about that big. 79 Ford Bronco, and down 3 bolt tires down the road we went, and got down there, and I had figured my money just for enough. I stayed in this like $14 flea bag motel every third night. I slept in my truck, you know, in between. I saved kind of money and peanut butter and jelly, and they didn't have ramen noodles and all that shit. So, you know, microwaves and all that crap. They didn't have none of that shit. So, you know, whatever you can put between 2 pieces of bread and eat, that's what you got.
Nice.
And
So it was good to be poor. And now you know how to respect
I
it.
just got on the Navy. I didn't know any different.
Yeah.
Poor was natural. So then from there, about 7 days in, I found a job working for the Skoll Ford Thunderbird and Rick Mastro. And that was in 92, something like that, 93, somewhere right in there. And worked there, and small team, you know, Winston Cup team. We got the pole at the inaugural Brickyard 400. You know, we had some good finishes.
That's awesome.
For a small team. Moved from there over to Jeff Bodine's, won Watkins Glen. Then I worked at King Racing with Kenny Bernstein, and Steve Kinzer came and drove the sprint. You know, the sprint car guy drove, and then Hutch Strickland drove, and then from there, I think I went back to Bodine's for a year or something. It's because something to do, you know. And all my friends were there, and I was like, well, fuck, I just go back there, you know.
So when you were working a team, what was your favorite job to do?
Well, initially I was a mechanic. You know, I was a teardown mechanic. We tore the cars apart and washed them and all that shit. And then the fab guys would stay late at night, and I didn't have anything else to do, so I stayed with them. And you know, I go back there and they say, well, hey, go get me this rivet, you know. And then it went from that to, hey, cut this piece of tin, to from that, like, hey, make this, like, you know, make the trunk lid brace, or, you know, make me a window track. And then from there I started hanging bodies. So I went into fabricator hell. That's what I called it. And I was a front tire changer on the week, you know, for on the weekend too. So, you know, so it all worked out. Nice. And that's back when racing, you lived it. I mean, it was in your bones.
Yeah.
And
so how long have you had your fabrication shop now? How long have you been doing this at this level?
Around 2012.
Nice.
I ended up working at Everham's, running R&D shop there with Derek. Actually, I don't think Derek Jones that works here, the engineer, he was my boss at Everham Motorsports. So that's kind of a weird
that's a weird dynamic.
It is, because it's like, I want to like say something, but I don't want to get yelled at still.
And you're the boss.
Right. It's like, you know, but I have a lot of respect for him. You know, but we really took a long time to find the right people. I think we got, you know, 8, 9 guys that work full time, maybe 10, I don't know. And my children, you know, they matured into the company and they run the company most of the time. And Derek Kearns, and all the guys in the shop. I mean, Max runs the mechanical side. Everything's perfect, and they all. My secret, I guess, to success is hire people that are better than you.
Surround yourself with brilliant people.
Right.
Exactly.
'Cause
That's a prime management.
Because I'm
tool.
about a dumbass compared to about every one of these kids. These guys. So and they're doing a great job running the company, and which allowed me to expand into some other areas. We bought a horse ranch a little bit ago, so we're working on that project.
Nice.
And I don't think about it when I'm away from it.
That's incredible.
It is.
It's
to have
incredible.
people that good and that dedicated, it's an honor.
That's cool.
It is, and those are the guys that are responsible for these cars.
Yeah.
I mean, we jumped in this car today just messing around,
And it worked right.
207 off the trailer.
Everything worked.
Yeah.
And it sounded great.
Yeah, 207 off the trailer. There's guys that come here that work their entire life to go 200 miles an hour.
Popping and sputtering down the street.
Yes. So, that's a true testament to the people that are behind us and in the care and with Vance's car and, and the engineering that goes into his project. Wayne's 65 Corvette running 211 mile an hour in a 65 Corvette.
That's incredible.
Who does that? It's just even shocking to me. And that project was built by all these guys. I had a little input, but not a lot. I believe in freedom of expression.
Yeah.
And all these guys are artists in their own way. And you really need to let them work freely for the most part. And our chain of command is awesome. When they call me, we'll come up with a solution for the problem. Nothing is detrimental. We'll back our way out of it or work our way through it. That's it.
Well, I got to tell you, Aaron, it's been a pleasure. It's been awesome watching you guys operate. And I'm going to tell you, I can't wait to come down and visit your shop. I'm going to come down and
You gotta
visit
bring
you in
him
North
'cause he
Carolina.
races right
and
over
I,
there,
and
yeah.
I probably will.
Yeah.
Or when he's coming down, I'll come with him.
Yeah, there you go.
One or the other.
Thank you,
it's been
sir.
a pleasure, Aaron.
Yep, thank you.
Absolutely. Good luck this week.
Yeah, no problem.